Welcome back to the 2022 Ryan Conference USA Football Kickoff Show. We are now joined by the UTEP Miners. 7 wins and a bowl appearance last season. A breakout year for the Miners. That's the first time since 2014. They get their starting quarterback, Gavin Hardison, comes back. And the season opener, August 27th, against North Texas. I am joined by head coach Dana Dimmel, quarterback Gavin Hardison, and defensive end Praise Amehule. Did I get that?
Yes, sir. Amehule.
I'm going to get your name. That's right. You put it up, numbers on the field, so I'm going to make sure I get respect. All right, Coach, I had you guys in the New Mexico Bowl. It was so much fun to cover that game. You came up just short, but you played a really tough Fresno State team. How do you build off of last year, 7-4, and keep the winning ways going?
Yeah, John, first of all, you guys did a fantastic job with the bowl game. Appreciate your coverage. It was really good, fun work. And I think our team gained a lot of notoriety from that. A lot of people saw that game, and a lot of people saw our program play with, we thought, the best team in the state of California in Fresno, and showed the level of play that we can play at. You know, had a lead in that game and had a chance to tie it up at the end of the game. So our team gained a lot of confidence from that. So, again, 7-6, a lot of guys coming back from last year, John. So I feel like our team's in a good position to have a really successful season this year. But, again, we can't take anything for granted. Our guys that were coming back got to get better, and I think they've done that. And then we got to develop depth on our football team.
All right, so you head now into your 5th season here at UTEP. When you came in, the program had gone 0-12, not a single win, 2017. What's been the key to the growth and having a winning season and now keeping that going forward?
The key has been knowing our culture, knowing what we win with, and making that fit the school that you're at. And so you have to stick to your guns and say, okay, I know this plan works because I've seen it through before. And then just getting a chance to see it through, you know, and we were blessed enough to get a chance to build our program the right way and build the kind of culture that we want to build. And, John, that culture is having guys that care about their families and care about their academics.
Now, you are starting to win, not with maybe somebody else, but these are your guys. These are the guys you've recruited. You've seen them now growing up. Break down your offense first. What gets you excited about this offense going on?
Our offense has got lots of experience coming back. You know, we're always built on our offensive line. I feel very good about our athleticism on our offensive line. I obviously feel really, really good about what Gavin brings to the table and his experience and how he's growing in our system. He's got the strongest arm of anybody I've ever coached. We got 2 really, really talented running backs, and then our tight end position can block as well as any tight end position in the country. So those are the strengths of our offensive football team.
At UTEP, you haven't seen this very much, having a starting quarterback come back from one season to the next. Having Gavison, what growth did you see from him this offseason?
Yeah, having Gavin, he's grown so much. He loves football. He's not distracted by anything. He's focused on his goals of football and being the best player he can be, and he listens. And that's the big thing. He listens, and he learns, and he digests, and he improves because of it. So I'm just so excited to look forward to see what Gavin's going to bring to our football team. And he cares about one thing, John, that's winning football games. His stats come naturally because he cares about winning football games.
Now, defensively, I think that's what stood out for me covering that game, that New Mexico Bowl against Fresno State. That was a high-powered offense, and at times you guys really held them in check. Tell me about this defense moving forward here in 2022.
Yeah, the defense is always what we're going to build. You know, I always say, you know, we're going to build our football team around defense, you know, because to me, if you don't give up many points, it's fun, especially as an offensive play caller. I love having a good defense because when you make a mistake, you get the ball back quick. You know, one of the worst things, John, is to make a mistake and now you go 3 and out. You know, you make 3 bad calls, you go 3 and out, and then you don't see the ball for 7 minutes, right? That's just so frustrating. So having a great defense is so important to every football team, and we got a lot of talent on our defense, and I feel like we did a really, really good job in the offseason of adding even more talent to our defense in particular positions. So I'm looking forward to watching the new talent play as well.
Break that down. Where did the new talent come in, and where would you say is the strongest unit on defense?
Well, the strongest unit is our front 7, you know, I think is as good as anybody's front 7. I really feel that way. I feel like there's plenty of depth. I mean, we got heavy depth across the defensive front, as probably as deep as, you know, as long as we stay healthy, very, very deep across the front. And so we've added in our secondary, we brought in 5 defensive secondary players that I think are going to, you know, make a big end. They're very, very athletic. So we've added a lot of athleticism to that position. And then, of course, the development. You know, it's all about how you develop. And so we got young guys in our system that were good, young, talented secondary players that are going to push those 5 that came in. So our depth in the secondary is going to be tremendous.
Praise Amehule. He's knocking on school records. What is it that makes Praise so special in defensive line?
Yeah, you know, Praise is he played, as you visit with him, John, you'll see he just has an intensity to him. you know, that he plays the game with great intensity. He loves to practice. You know, that's a secret sauce for guys. He loves to practice the game of football. I have to calm him down at practice. Praise, relax. It's okay, buddy. It's just practice, okay? Don't try to hurt anybody right now, right? That's the kind of mentality he has. And he cares about his teammates, and he cares about winning. You know, those are the things that make him special. And then the 82.5-inch wingspan doesn't hurt at all either.
All right, so since you guys take pride on defense, Praise, I got to start with you, my man.
Sir, yes, sir.
How excited are you for this upcoming season?
I'm very excited, man. Like Coach said, being able to go 6-1 to open up the season, and then be able to go 7-6, go to a bowl game, just gives us a chance to just moving forward, just having a chance to just be great, you know, because we've seen what winning does, you know, we've seen what winning tastes like, so be able to just have that in the locker room, have that winning mindset, and just able to just go out and just capitalize off of it, you know, will be good for us.
You are 4.5 sacks away from tying the school record in sacks. Are you aware of that?
Oh, yes, sir.
What is the key? What's the secret sauce to get into the quarterback?
Just like Coach said, man, just do it in the practice, you feel me? Because, like, how you practice, how you going to play in the game. So just being able to get to the quarterback in practice, you know, not Gavin's, you know, obviously, but just, you know, just the other quarterbacks that we have, being able to get to them. It also show in the game, because if you're able to do that in practice day in and day out, come Saturday night, you know, it's like just practice it like you're doing like a practice field, you feel me?
Coach Dimmo was talking about all the new faces you have on defense, especially in the secondary. How have they gelled as a defensive unit so far?
Pretty good. We're just building chemistry, you know, on and off the field, you know, getting together, hanging out, getting to know each other. Because we know that's going to help us, you know, with our bond on, you know, come third down on Saturday night in the Sun Bowl, come third down in an away game, you know, winning. Because we take pride in our defense, man. We take a lot of pride in our defense. Starting our defense coordinator, Coach Pivito, just having that swarm pride mentality, just being able to get to the ball, get the ball out. No matter how you do it, just get to the ball and get the ball out. So we take a lot of pride in defense, you know. So we just love playing physical defense.
Everybody does something different to get to know one another.
Yes, sir.
What'd you guys do in order to get assimilated with the new guys?
We eat. We love to eat, man. We had a crawfish boiled the other day. So like we love to go out and get some food, and then the more we go in the group, you know, the cheaper it is, because, you know, you get to split the tab. So, you know, it's pretty fun, you know, having to eat and bond with your brothers, and it doesn't get any better than that, you know.
I like that. You figured
Yes,
it out. All right, let's turn to offense. Gavin Hardison, you were their starter last year, coming back. What did you work on specifically this offseason?
I really just try to improve on every part of my game, every aspect of my game, and, you know, every aspect of my game needed improvement, and so, you know, I just really tried to go back, watch the film from last year, and really just digest on things that I needed to work on, and, you know, I got those accomplished.
Was there anything specifically that you saw in the film that you're like, okay, this is the number one thing that I want to change?
Taking care of the football, making better decisions with the ball, you know, just protecting the ball, and that was probably the biggest thing that I worked on this offseason.
Really, last year was a breakout season for UTEP, getting on that national stage in the New Mexico Bowl. How do you guys build off of that momentum?
You know, just pick up where we left off, you know, and just continue to work at a high level, and, you know, understanding how we got there and how to improve on what we did last year. And, you know, we had a really hot start last year, but then we kind of stalled, and so just not to have that stall in the middle of the year, but to keep going and to finish off the season.
Who are some of the weapons you're excited to get in the game as the quarterback?
You know, we have a lot of depth at the receiver position, and, you know, we did a really good job on recruiting and, you know, adding in, because we lost some guys, but, you know, we have a lot of depth at that position, so there's not a whole lot of specifics, but, you know, we have some guys.
Okay, Coach Dimmo, let's take a look at your schedule coming up, and as we look at the UTEP Miners for your schedule, can you break it down? Take me week through week. You said you had kind of that lull in the middle of the schedule. What do you see here when you look at your schedule?
Yeah, when I look at our schedule, the first thing, John, that comes to mind is that we come right out of the gate with 7 games before we get our open week. So, to me, and then you start week 0 with North Texas, right? A conference game in week 0. So as we talk about that, that's going to be a big challenge for our football team and a really, really important game. But they're all important for us. And then we get the great opportunity to go to Oklahoma and play on a national landscape like that. So obviously those first 2 games are huge. And then we piggyback that with our arch rival, right down the road. So you got those 3 games right out of the chute. New Mexico's an old Mountain West WAC opponent for UTEP, so there's always a lot of competition and pride in that game. And then we go to Boise, another old Mountain West WAC opponent as well. So right there, those are 5 games that you know, are very critical for us, but the games all have a lot of meaning to them. Week 6, Charlotte, a road game. Really important for us to go win on the road. I think that's going to be critical. And then La Tech as well, back-to-back road games in conference play. So after Week 7, our team will take a break as we go into open week right there against Florida Atlantic back home. And that again is going to be the second. I look at that as the second half of the season after our open week right there. And we got some good opportunities. We got a couple home games in a row. Go to Rice, which is always a big game, and then finish up with UTSA at the end of the season.
To go 7 weeks before you get that first break, is there something you as a coach can do to prepare your guys and make sure you can handle that gauntlet of a challenge?
Yes, it is, and I think our experience, my experience, I was a head coach 25 years ago, right? So this isn't my first time doing this. I've been in this position for a long time ago, and so what you have to be careful of is you just can't come out and just go, oh, we got to go crazy. We got North Texas game 1, right? We got to pace ourselves. We got to get better each and every practice, but we just don't have to come at it, full go right out of the chute. We're going to pace ourselves. We're going to be a football team that tries to improve each and every week.
Well, I hope to call another one of your bowl games this year, guys. Build on that success. UTEP, a lot of good pieces coming back. Appreciate you joining us here in Arlington, Texas.
Love to spend time with you again, John.
All right.